Yield 3 minutes at this time to the gentleman from Utah, Mr. Matheson, one of the original sponsors of this legislation.
The gentleman from Utah is recognized for 3 minutes.
Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I thank the gentleman for yielding, and I thank Mr. Latta for his work on this issue as well. This is a bill before us today. It's a product of 4 years of collaboration. It's a really complicated issue, and it's important that you have a lot of collaboration to try to address something of this complexity. This legislation that Mr. Latta and I have introduced together it will provide what I think are important steps for the security of our prescription drug supply chain from counterfeiters and other bad actors. We've seen in recent press reports about fake drugs slipping into the supply chain. So the threat of counterfeit drugs is a growing problem in this country. In fact, when you think about it, the counterfeit drug trade may be a more lucrative opportunity than the illegal drug trade, since the United States overall spends roughly $325 billion a year on prescription drugs. This bill is an effort to try to keep those bad actors from entering the drug supply. Now, since we've had some of these problems, some states have rightly tried to take action to deal with this. What this legislation is going to do, however, is establish more of a national standard to create some certainty for everyone in the supply chain, so there's an opportunity to work effectively in a national way. Without such action, everyone in the supply chain could be forced to comply with an ever-ending patchwork of different and complex state laws, and that patchwork will force stakeholders to step up multiple state systems, and it could still open the door for bad actors to exploit security gaps through some states that may have weaker laws. This bill also establishes a collaborative process between the FDA and the industry on establishing protocols for unit-level traceability. The bill stipulates the FDA will hold regular meetings and conduct pilot programs with stakeholders to better inform the agency as to the feasibility of unit-level traceability and the process needed to achieve that goal. This is critical to ensure that the unit-level traceability regulation is achievable, does not increase prescription drug costs for consumers, and ultimately protects patients from counterfeit and adulterated prescription drug products. What we do not want to see are regulations that are not technologically achievable, delay in implementation, as we've seen in some state circumstances. Now, there's no question that this legislation has been an effort of several years, and there's still perhaps some work to be done. And I'm hopeful that as this legislation moves through the process of the House and the Senate goes to conference, that there's some other outstanding issues that can be addressed, and we can build even greater consensus as we go to a final product that goes to the President's desk. I urge my colleagues to support this bipartisan bill. I yield back the balance of my time.
The gentleman yields.